Usagi-chan wa asobitai. Sakurai Shinichi's one wish is for a little peace and quiet. But Uzakihana, his boisterous, well-endowed underclassman, has other plans. All she wants is to hang out and poke fun at him. With the help of her chipper charm and peppy persistence, this might just be the start of a beautiful relationship. Number 9. Ishizoku Reviewers. Countless diverse races, from perky fairies to oozing slimes, inhabit the world. Naturally, such a melting pot of creatures has a broad and alluring variety of brothels. With so many options to choose from, it is hard to decide with which Sakyu girl to have a meaningful interpersonal experience. Fortunately, a tight group of brave warriors has come together to enlighten the public. These perverted adventurers take it upon themselves to assess the appeal of all types of Sakyu girls through hands-on research. Whether it be the scorchingly hot salamanders or the utterly humongous cowgirls, the Yurunu Gloss Reviewers leave no species behind. Directed by the mastermind Miru Tights, Ishizoku Reviewers seeks to answer one of the most pressing questions there is. Which species is the sexiest? Number 8. Monster Musume no Oishasen. In the town of Lindworm, where monsters and humans coexist, Dr. Glenn runs an exemplary medical clinic for monster girls with his Lamia assistant, Safi. Whether receiving a marriage proposal by a centaur injured in battle, palpating the injury of a mermaid, or soldering the delicate wounds of a flesh golem, Dr. Glenn performs his job with grace and confidence. But when an unsavory character seeks to steal a harpy egg, how will the unflappable Dr. Glenn respond? Kanajo Okarishimasu. Genres: comedy, romance, school, shonen. Dumped by his girlfriend, emotionally shattered college student Kazuya Kinoshita attempts to appease the void in his heart through a rental girlfriend from a mobile app. At first, Chizuru Mizuhara seems to be the perfect girl with everything he could possibly ask for: great looks and a cute, caring personality. Upon seeing mixed opinions on her profile after their first date and still tormented by his previous relationship, Kazuya believes that Chizuru is just playing around with the hearts of men and leaves her a negative rating. Angry at her client's disrespect towards her, Chizuru reveals her true nature: sassy and temperamental, the complete opposite of Kazuya's first impression. At that very moment, Kazuya receives news of his grandmother's collapse and is forced to bring Chizuru along with him to the hospital. Although it turns out to be nothing serious, his grandmother is ecstatic that Kazuya has finally found a serious girlfriend, which had always been her wish. Unable to tell her the truth, Kazuya and Chizuru are forced into a fake relationship, acting as if they are truly lovers. Dokyu Hentai Hexa Rose. In a world on the verge of a great disaster that began 5 years ago, heroes who, with the help of a device called Hexa Rose, used the power of Ecchi, H, and erotic power, Iro, to save the planet from libido-devouring monsters. Enjo Redo and Hoshino Kirara are childhood friends who have drifted apart from each other. One day, they're caught in a battle against a sensor bug that feeds on human sexual energy to evolve. After successfully taking down the enemy, they join a group of heroes like them, using the erotic power of the Hexa Rose force to fight off monsters. Peter Grill to Kanja no Jikan. Peter Grill is known throughout the land as the world's strongest fighter. He has a girlfriend who he's steadily trying to get closer with. Life is good for him, until he realizes that dozens of women who want to bear strong children are all vying for his seed. Gleipnir. What does one consider to be a monster? A horrible blood-sucking vampire? Frankenstein's creation? Suichi Kagaya has a secret. Other than having great grades and being skilled at sports, he isn't what one would call normal. In fact, Suichi cannot even be considered a human. One fateful morning, he woke up as a monster. With brute strength, an abnormally strong sense of smell, big fluffy paws, and the depression and self-hate that comes after losing one's humanity, his life was suddenly flipped upside down. Claire Aoki, the girl he had decided to save, now holds a secret over his head. Claire is a sadistic and utterly twisted girl with no sense of empathy towards the lives of others. Before meeting Shuichi, she was in the search of monsters, hoping to find her monster sister. Despite becoming a monster, Shuichi naively continues to hold on to his human morals, but how long can one last in this insufferable way of living? Tsukumomo. In Japanese folklore, a Tsukumogami is an object that has gained a soul, becoming alive and self-aware. There are two types of Tsukumogami: the mature Tsukumomo, who have developed through long years of harmony with their owners, and the aberrant Amasogi, premature spirits that are only born to grant the destructive wishes of certain people. Kazuya Kagami has never gone without his mother's obi after her death. Be it at home or at school, he keeps it safe with him at all times. One day, he nearly loses his life when a wig Amasogi attacks him. When all seems to be over, his treasured obi defends him, transforming into a beautiful girl. She introduces herself as Kirihiya, a Tsukumomo owned by Kazuya's mother. With Kirihiya's arrival, Kazuya enters a reality he has never seen before, a world with gods and Tsukumogami. Plunderer. In a post-apocalyptic world dominated by the so-called numbers, each human will have their identity branded with their own count, which could define any number related to their life. May it be one's walk distance or amount of compliments given to them by others, this count could lead them to the abyss when it has dropped to 0. In the year 305 of the Alcyon calendar, Hina has inherited a mission from her mother, whose count has deprecated to 0, to search for the legendary Red Baron. In her adventure, she meets a half-masked swordsman named Licht, who tries to hide his identity, as he is known as a degenerate for having an incredibly low count. Shogeki no Soma. Ever since he was a child, 15-year-old Soma Yukihira has helped his father by working as the sous chef in the restaurant his father runs and owns. Throughout the years, Soma has developed a passion for entertaining his customers with his creative, skilled, and daring culinary creations. His dream is to someday own his family's restaurant as its head chef. Yet, when his father suddenly decides to close the restaurant to test his cooking abilities in restaurants around the world, he sends Soma to Tutsuki Culinary Academy, an elite cooking school where only 10% of the students graduate. The institution is famous for its Shogeki, or food wars, where students face off in intense, high-stakes cooking showdowns. As Soma and his new schoolmates struggle to survive the extreme lifestyle of Tutsuki, more and greater challenges await him, putting his years of learning under his father to the test.